YouTube, what it is, what it is. There's Vato. It's cracking on this beautiful Sunday. Shit, we driving, man. Oh shit, we messed up. We working, we getting that bread. Even on Sunday, man, gotta do it. I'm driving all day. I probably got like a 7-hour day today. I just gotta go up to the military base up in Fort Carson. So we grinding today. We grinding today. We out here in Peyton, Colorado, man. Peyton. Specs, what's everyone doing this morning?
In a quarter mile, turn right onto
So what's going on, man? What's going on the YouTube? Ain't seen much drama lately. What's up? What's up? Mally, what's up, sis? How you doing? Respects Tommy Thunder in the house, the Thunder Gang. Shit, I'm just trying to get that bread, man. That's it. Just trying to get it. How you guys doing today?
Turn right onto Winding Park Lane. Then turn right onto Lambert Road.
What's going on with the YouTube? You guys been into the drama lately or what? Crazy. Everybody going at everyone's neck on all other sides, on the other side of the genre, on this side of the genre. It's crazy.
Sign,
the Chicanos and the Güeros are off the chain.
Then take the first right onto
Off the
Stapleton Drive.
chain. I just let them do them, man. I'm good. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. You know what I mean? I don't got anything against nobody up in
At the
here.
stop sign, turn right onto
I'm
Stapleton
solvent,
Drive.
man. A lot of goofiness on all sides, man. About that Adam 16, man, trying to start. That shit's crazy. That fool's trying to start issues between black and brown. I don't think that idiot really knows. I think he does know what he's doing, but some of these vatos that follow him, bro, lame.
In about 1 mile, turn right onto
Lame.
North Meridian Road.
Now, was Lucky kind of off the wall for saying that? Yeah. Loca's getting Lucky in a lot of trouble. Loca's been going in, man. So, yeah. Gotta know when anytime you say something on here, it's gonna be taken. You know what I mean? Not many people are gonna take it with a grain of salt. Some people will see right past what you're trying to explain, and then try to make it like it's bad, even if you meant it for good. So you gotta be careful how you word things on this thing. You can be labeled a racist, a rata. They can throw any jacket on you on this thing, man. Crazy. I never thought people could be so critical of other people, man. But I guess, you give someone the power to go live and people comment. I don't know if people feel empowered to just comment nasty stuff because they're so quiet throughout their life. You know what I mean? You get these people who are probably in normal life probably wouldn't say anything. You know what I mean? But of course, you're behind a keyboard. There's no accountability. You could just throw a rock and hide your hands real quick, man, and be like, man, I didn't throw that rock. People take it serious. It's YouTube, man. It's YouTube. Thunder Gang in the house. I can't read that other name. I'm blind as hell. Don't get old, man. Getting old sucks. Don't get old. Fucking get old and you can't see shit. Fucking start getting all fat. Anything you eat, you get fat.
In about 7 miles,
Gotta always be in the
turn
gym
left
just to
onto
look half decent, like you ain't dying and shit. It sucks getting old. I never thought I would be this old. I'll be honest with you. I never envisioned being no 50 years old, but shit, it happened. Don't get old. That's my advice. No, I'm just messing. Blessed with the long life. That's good, man. Shit, we driving all day today. I gotta go to the military base. I just dropped off to a military family right now. We're up here close to Colorado Springs. A lot of conservatives around here. Super conservative up here. Like in these rural areas. Super conservative. A lot of these families served in the military, stuff like that. Cool shit. Salute to them, man. Thank you. These people fought for the right to, for you to have the right to say what you want, man. To throw that rock and hide your hands. Tommy Thunder, Conrad. first fight. Shit, bro. Probably won't fight again till March. I promised my wifey I wouldn't fight again till March. Her birthday's before that, so I gotta focus on my family. Doing this and doing all this stuff and traveling and stuff like that, it you know, it puts your family on that back burner, you know. It becomes very selfish, you know, your lifestyle. And my wife deals with the kids, you know. If you guys don't know, we're raising our 3 grandkids. You know, I have custody of 3 of my grandbabies. I've adopted one of them. So when you do that, it's hard on her, you know what I mean? She's over there we're middle-aged and we're raising kids. It's tough, man. It's tough, you know, but we're blessed to have the babies, you know what I mean? We're blessed to have the babies, that our families together still. I can sit here and bitch about a lot of shit and what, you know, about what's wrong and this and that, but at the end of the day, I have to take accountability for a lot of the stuff that went bad with my family, you know what I mean? I was the motherfucker that wasn't there for 6 years. You know, I was the one who was over here, had other things to do, and you know, you got to take accountability. Sometimes when you do stuff in life, even though you said sorry, even though you paid your debt, even though, you know, you went through all the hardships, doesn't mean that you know, that's not going to affect anything down the line. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that's really affected my family. I've been the one who put a black eye on my family more than anybody. I've been the one who hurt my family more than anybody, just by my presence of not being there. So, I don't know, man. I've so far grown out of prison, it isn't even funny, man. That is such a far memory from me. The only thing that really keeps me happy with any of that stuff is my friend Manuel, who hopefully is going to get out this year, man. We've been waiting for the governor to make a judgment on his case to see if they're going to commute his. There we go. Shit, man, I'm telling you, I'm out here in the backcountry and shit. I'm in the backcountry, you see. Yeah, man. I'm in 4G. It just said 4G. We did heavyweight sparring yesterday. Those gorillas were beating up on each other. We'll put the video out. All us gorillas smashing each other. My dog fights this Friday on the 19th. So my brother Donald Pierce, man, he's gonna go get that shit. He's fighting, man. Ooh-wee. Man, shit. Ooh-wee. Man, shit. Just barely got 4G out to 5G, man. But come check it out, big dog. We got shit. I seen you lifting weights, homie. You might want to be not hitting all them weights for boxing, homie. It doesn't really transition. Old habits die hard, my boy. I do some weight training, but it's more for explosiveness, homie. I don't do biceps like that. For the reason is once you start punching, that lactic acid builds up in your arms, and then you can't even throw them. Especially if you throw a lot of punches. At least for me, maybe you're able to counteract that. For me, if I do biceps like that and work my tris and bis and do repetitions, when I do boxing, then my arms fill up with blood, and then motherfuckers just get heavy and hard to throw. So, shit, I'm about 20 miles from get my seatbelt on, I better roll it, shit. We don't want to get pulled over. Shit, man, I gotta be all over Colorado today. Be driving for at least 6 hours. Is that Rub? My brother Rubbed in the house. Salute Rub, salute all the homies. Go check out Corrupt. Go sub up to the homie. Shit. Yeah, man. I don't know. We'll probably go one more amateur. We're gonna do one more pro-am, and then we're gonna turn full pro probably after this last pro-am. We're gonna go shoot for about 4 to 5 pro fights, hopefully, and then that's about it. I don't know, man. We'll see how the body feels. We'll see how the body feels. This shit's hard. You know what I mean? It takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you. Mikey's doing some cool shit. Mikey's about to set another one on. What about Mikey calling out? What do you guys think about Mikey calling out on one thing? AKA the melting face. I don't got nothing against the dude. He does start a lot of pedo though, bro. He talks a lot of masa. That's my only thing. Like I said, I try not to speak on Cali politics or anything that they got going. But that dude is kind of annoying, bro. He was talking all good about Gunner and Dubs, and then he shit on him. It's like, bro, he's such a flipper and flopper, bro. You can't even, like, you could tell how cool he was with Gunner and Dubs, and nothing against him for that. I don't have shit against him for that. If that's what he was doing, cool. My problem is when he did the about face after they helped him build his channel. They gave him all the game on how to get that channel big. Gunner gave him the game for that, I promise you. Because if you notice a while back, they were all dropping videos. Gunner and Dubs usually drop the same videos, you know? So you know you're gonna get like a similar video, at least one a day of Gunner and Dubs doing like the same topic, mostly. How I know he was following suit is because he had the same topic, you know what I mean? He was doing the same topic. He was doing the same topic. So when they went at Jay Hands, he went at Jay Hands. When they went at Blue Devil, he went at Blue Devil. It's crazy, homie. Like you're over here starting shit for no reason, bro. And you know, I get it. Blue Devil gets a lot of people upset for what he says. That's what he does. That's his lane. You know what I mean? But that dude's from California too. And they're all homies, so I don't understand why the beef, but whatever, brother. People tried to tell him, and then it seemed like when the paperwork really came out, that's when he started distancing himself. But people had told him that before. He didn't believe it, but he said he didn't really care. Well, he eventually cared. Because he don't talk to him. It's not Mr. Gunners and Mr. Dubs anymore, and you can just see the fakeness, bro. To me, I just see it. It's like, bro, you're fake, homie. You know? You're fake, brother. You always talking out of the side of your neck. This OG, I've been, oh my God. Fucking Mikey in those ears, Mikey in those ears. That's some funny shit, bro. When I first seen that, that's the stuff that gets, like, if you're gonna go in on somebody, at least do something with some charisma. Make it funny, man. Don't just sit there and talk shit. These guys are fun. He'll never get down. Like, bro, none of yous are never gonna get down with none of yous, bro. The fact of the matter is, most motherfuckers ain't with the business like that, bro. They'll talk a good game, and then when it gets presented to them, it doesn't happen. People been calling Gunner and Dubs out for years, and it ain't happened. Gunner ain't fought since the Cholo Trucker fight, man. You know what I mean? You seen it? I'm not hating on him. He got in the ring, shit. He had the balls to get in there, man. Cholo gave him a good match. I think Cholo won that one. The problem is, I based the Cholo Buzz fight off of how Cholo fought Gunner, and I thought Buzz was gonna just lynch him. I didn't know nothing about the history of Cholo Trucker of just slaying shit, bro. Cholo Trucker swimming from, that's a dude, bro. Look at that dude test himself swimming from Alcatraz, bro. He looked like swimming from Alcatraz in 30-degree water, homie. What you thinking, bro? You a frogman? My brother. You want to talk about testing yourself and pushing yourself? That's the brother right there, man. That dude got more heart than anybody. I would never get in the bay and swim to Alcatraz. Never want to. Shit, that's balls. You got balls of steel, homie. What happens if you cramp up? Is there anyone out to save you? You start sinking and drowning, then what? Nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm one of those dudes, I get tired, I'm gonna grab the edge of the pool and chill out for a minute. Like, what's up? I'm gonna chill over here. I ain't trying to get all tired. Swimming, that's crazy. Brother got heart, man. So, you know what I mean? I once I seen him beat Buzz, I was like, damn, dude has. And then I was like, realize this dude does all this challenging shit. And that dude has alpacas on his farm. It's a bunch of alpacas. Yeah, dude. Yeah, alpaca farm. Yep, sure is. He does all this stuff to challenge himself all the time, brother. Like doing these building races, these marathons. Dude, that takes a lot of heart, bro. Put your soul into that. That that just shows you what you could do if you just want to be a better man, quiet yourself, quiet all the chaos around you, and really push in on what you want to do, man. I thought that was dope that him and Mikey got down. I thought it could have been a better fight. Mikey went kind of crazy. Mikey went kind of crazy. We're gonna have to get you trained up if you fight on one thing, like Mikey. You might have to fly out here and get some rounds in, bro. Get some training with the House of Pain, big dog. Get you ready. Get you ready, homie. That way you can box his ears off, homie. It's gonna take a minute to box those ears off, though. Those ears is crazy. But, I mean, it's cool that we have that, you know. The content series, creators series of fighting is dope because, look, all these dudes on the internet run their gyms, homie. Every one of them. They all talk about fighting, and then when it's time to pull up, oh, I want to box at my gym, but what about my gym? I want to box at my gym. Bro, ain't nobody gonna pull up at your gym, homie, and bro, and think they're good. Bro, how do they expect to get a fair one when you already socked up a dude with knuckles, bro? You already socked up a dude with brass knuckles. Those dudes pulling up expecting to get socked up with brass knuckles and shit. Bless. Sorry. Ooh. It's crazy. But that's what I like, the content. Dude, most of these dudes talk about this shit. None of them really have a platform to get it done to, you know what I mean? Just go in the gym and throw down, but even if you don't film it, it don't have to be put on fucking. But shit, if you're gonna run your mouth, at least fucking pull up and show out, man. At least pull up or don't run your mouth, but we all know how that is, you know what I mean? When I was in prison, you'd be in the hole. There'd be these guys in the hole, these undesirables for whatnot, whatever. They're in there for, you know, what, you know, you can imagine. Undesirables. They're not good in the hood. They have weirdo charges and todo. They'll sit out there, they'll cat out, and they'll yell out into the cells all day long. Talking shit, calling you out. They ain't gonna do nothing. They just basically gonna run their mouth, you know what I mean? They won't go to hole or to the yard, none of that. So you can't really get at them. And we call them as cell soldiers, man. There's a lot of cell soldiers in here on YouTube, a bunch of YouTube cell soldiers. I wouldn't even pay attention to those guys, bro. It's like the trolls. Don't feed the cell soldiers. Fucking cell soldiers, bro. We used to throw piss on them, though, when we'd go to the shower. You would have like a little Dixie cup, like a, you know, plastic cup that you buy off Canteen. Shit. You go to showers, man. When I'm walking out the shower, I just have a cup of the piss. Hit them with that piss, and then go back to my cell. After they shower, they all full of the pee-pee. Do some foul shit up in there, man. I'm telling you, just anything to get back at somebody. That place, I'm so glad I ain't part of that place anymore, man. I don't have to see it, be a part of it, none of it. It's so destructive, it ain't even funny. I'd rather speak about positive shit, man. But it's part of YouTube, you know what I mean? It's part of YouTube. Not everyone's gonna get along. A lot of negative people in this world. People just looking to talk shit all the time, man. You know? Can we all just get along? Now we got Flames, man. Flames is, you know, Flames is calmed down. He knows. He already, you know. Flames seen your boy's paperwork. I showed it to him, so he can just, you know, pump your brakes, homie. We don't do that. We don't tell on people, bro. I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for me, though. No, I ain't never told nobody. Shit. But Flames is going at Uncle Dubs now. Now they're getting on Dubs again. Man, they started that shit again. Like, man, he's all telling us about Dubs. Bro, we all know about Dubs. We've been knowing about Dubs, homie. So, you're new to the game, brother. I don't feel like revisiting any of this. I don't got nothing against Dubs. I ain't got nothing against any of them, bro. Any Mr. Diddy. I don't got, me and Mr. Diddy got into it. Mr. Diddy goes hard for his boy Dubs. I get it, man. No disrespect to him, you know what I mean? Mr. Diddy goes hard for his homie Dubs. I ain't tripping on it, man. I try to be cool with everybody until they show me it's not cool, and then we'll go from there. But I don't know, man. I feel like, you know, we can approach each other better. Cooler heads can prevail, and just have some communication. You know what I mean? Y'all don't have to be best friends, but I think it's just kind of corny going back and forth at each other and pointing out what the other one did. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
At the light, turn left onto County.
I'll be honest with you. I don't have time to go back and research what everybody did to each other. I just don't. Shit, man. I'd much rather just say sorry and move the fuck on. You know what I mean? Like, can we just move on, man? I don't want to do this no more. But not everybody has that ability, man. You know what I mean? Some people get stuck in this shit. It's crazy.
5.2 miles, turn right to merge onto
I don't care to point any of that out, man. I'm not here to point out people's flaws. And will I clown on some shit? Will I make fun of? Yeah, of course. Of course, that's our job, man. We're gonna talk about it. If you're gonna put it out here and clown yourself, we gotta get our 7 chuckles, right? We gotta get our little 7 chuckles in and have fun. But it's all in the fun, bro. It's no disrespect. We're not trying to it's not about talking about people's families or wives. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not above that shit. You guys seen it in the last little spat. Hey, man, you start talking about my family, you'd say anything you want. Crooked head, missing teeth, motherfucker, fucked up, all that. You can talk all that shit about me. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But when you start talking about my son, my mom, that's a problem, man. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna find out where your loved one, what you hold near and dear to your heart, and I'm gonna attack that. It's just what it is. That's called war, man. That's called mental warfare, psychological warfare. You know what I mean? I will find what you hold near and dear to your heart, and I'll attack it. That's me, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, you could call me fucked up. You're right. I'm fucked up. I don't play by the rules. Once you start coming with my shit, I'm like, hey, okay. Remember, game on. Remember who started it. Remember. I don't know. I'm pretty creative when it comes to fucking around and clowning people. I just am. Jordan, what's up, brother? Jordan in the house. Tommy Thunder in the house. Bigfoot, my bro. Got some real ones up in here. My bro George Rogers up in here. Where's George? Salute to George Rogers, man. I hope everything's going good for you. I need to see who doesn't got a wrench, man. I'll have to check it when I get home. I apologize, everybody. I only got 5 people, everybody. Come on. Think I'm popular or something. No, man, we just out here getting. I'm a normal Joe, bro. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I got all this money in the world. I work a 9 to 5, bro. I work a 9 to 5, pays my bills, trying to get to cost of living. You know what I mean? Just where I have my lights, my electricity, my trash, my food, and any bills that I have. No mortgage payment, no car payment. Once you get to cost of living, man, allows you to get to a place of, you know, fuck you. You know what I mean? You just, shit, I'll go work at Walmart and check receipts if I have. I don't give a shit. Money's money, man. Someone's gonna pay you some cash, some loot to do some stuff that nobody else wants to do, so be it. My job's actually pretty cool, man. I don't, you know, I help people out. I drive this truck. I'm mostly in the truck. Sometimes I'm not, but it's a good job, man. It makes you feel thankful for the stuff you have. I come across people every day that are less fortunate, and kind of puts my life in perspective, man. And then I get to see great scenery. You know, I get to see some great scenery. Yeah, I can't complain. Let me see if I can share some scenery with you guys. See, it's out here. We're out here on the plains. We're in the rural area right now. But yeah, I get to see new scenery all the time. You know, it's quiet. You know, get some train of thought. Be able to get alone with your thoughts for a while. There's nothing wrong with it, man. You know, I got a good driving record. I don't got a lot of I don't got no infractions on my license. Prison taught me how to act, man, how to really react and act in society. You know what I mean? It teaches you how fragile your freedom really is, man. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be watching dudes in the shower. You know what I mean? Taking showers with other dudes and having to strip every time some man wants to search you and wants to check your glands and everything and check under your pito. Who wants that, man? Man, if you want that and you want to talk about, go have it, bro. Do your thing, you know what I mean? Shit. You want to look at pito all day and fucking show a man your pito and your culo? Go do it, bro. Have fun. Everyone talks about how gangster they were in prison, bro. All of you have grabbed your ankles and showed the man your booty hole. Every one of you. We're talking about how gangster you are, homie. The man asked you to show your cheeks and you showed him. Yeah, it's not gangster, bro. There's nothing gangster about that. So that makes me laugh when some of these dudes talk about how hard they were on the yard. Hey, but when that cop told you to bend over and cough, you did it, huh? You were all in it for it, that. You were in it to win it, huh? Ain't nothing gangster about that, bro. But okay. We're almost to the highway. Shit, see what I mean, man? I had to drive all that way just to get to the fucking highway. Now I gotta go back to Denver. And then come right back up here, man. Shit, I gotta go further than here. I gotta go to the base. I gotta head all the way to the army base, man. I'm gonna be on the army base later. Maybe I'll go live from the army base. Yeah, it's Sunday, man. I'm on call. It's my overtime week. If they call, I come running, man. So, it's cool because I get to drive the company van. I drive the company van. I don't pay for gas that week. I commute to and from work with the van because I have to be on call all hours of the night. So it's cool. You know, I save money. I save money on gas. When I go to the gym or whatever I got to do, normally I take the company vehicle, you know what I mean? Because I have to have access to it. So it works out, man. It works out. Get your overtime, plus you get a cruise to, you know, save you your gas. That's a good half a tank of gas a week. All right, let's go. We're on the highway now. Let's see. Over here by Castle Rock. All right, now we're by Monument. Be on our way to Castle Rock now.
Continue straight.
That's about it, man. My day's easy. Just getting paid on a Sunday. Getting paid on this Sunday. I just wanted to tap in with you guys, see how you all doing, man. Jordan. Man, I need to get a fucking tablet or something, man. I hate that shit. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I see, you know what I mean? When, you know, Lucky talking about, you know, Lucky and Adam 2016, Adam 16, and Lucky starting shit between brown and black. What Lucky said wasn't right, you know what I mean? And you gotta understand, there's some raza that have black family, you know what I mean? Or there's some raza that have kids that are half black. You offending all of them, brother. You know, it's not just a black and brown, you know, we're mixed in there, bro. I think Adam 22 and some of those dudes on his thing, like Almighty and all them fools, they throw stones all the time, dog. When did it become cool to bastardize my heritage? That's what I want to say. When you guys walk around with sombreros and shit like that, when is that cool? How's that cool? You know what I mean? That's not cool, bro. Ain't nothing cool about that. But y'all real sensitive when we say something about you. That's where I get fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk all this shit about me and mine, but as soon as we say something back, you get super sensitive, homie. That's the bullshit right there. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nothing to offend any of my black family, because I have a lot of family that's black, and I would never offend them. I love all of them. You know what I mean? But right now, in today's history, as far as today stands, my people are the ones being persecuted, man. My people are being pulled over and asked to see their ID and getting snatched up by ICE. Not your people, my people. And I don't see none of your people really trying to ride with us. Real talk. We was out there marching with you when BLM and all the COVID shit happened. What the fuck are you at now? No one's to be found. Why? Because you ain't really down with us like that. That's the problem. When it's your shit, when it's when it's you up against it, you want everyone to kumbaya and hey, let's all unite and oh yeah. And then as soon as that's all over, hey, fuck yous. Hey, we don't care. We don't care if they're throwing yous up in the paddy wagons and taking you all God knows where and shipping you back. Nobody cares. So I don't want to hear about all the racism and oh poor me. I don't want to hear that, dude. Right now the racism's real with my people. It's my people being persecuted more than anything. So I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that. Oh, the cops they're racist against me and oh he was on my neck and I don't want to hear that, dude. All that shit when the cop jumps you and takes you out the car and you're acting like a damn fool. And then they right away throw you on the ground. I can't breathe. But you're fucking screaming at the top of your lungs, but you can't breathe. Shut up, man. You gotta know when shit got real. You know what I mean? You gotta know once shit got real that you ain't gonna run shit, and that ain't that never worked. I always wonder that, like when people start getting real hostile with the police, when in history has that ever worked? Can someone please tell me? Oh, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. How do you expect that to work? You think you're gonna win that battle? They're gonna snatch you by your neck, homie. You're gonna be on a body cam getting manhandled. For what? Because you wanted to act hard. Stupid. It ain't worth it, man. That's why I have insurance. That's why if I get stopped right now, I got the insurance. I got my driver license. Here you go, homie. It's registration, everything. Boom. No problem. Nah, what'd you stop me for? You have no right to stop me. Just give me your shit and be on your way, homie. Let him bust this little ticket out and you get you a lawyer or go argue that shit in court. There ain't no point in it, man. All the drama, all the making a fool out of yourself, for what? That shit ain't never worked. Oh, I gotta comply or die? I don't know, bro. If you want to trust some motherfucking unstable asshole that probably hasn't got good training and is probably scared himself when he's pointing a gun at you and say, I gotta comply, go with it, homie. I don't know. If you want to trust that, then hey, whatever, dude. I'm trying not to get shot. I'll be like that. If I see a cop that's scared, homie, and I can tell he's physically scared, the last thing I want to do is make him more scared and get shot when I ain't got shit on me. The fuck? And my family's over there crying, oh, he ain't never did nothing to nobody. Yeah, I did. I did a lot of shit to a lot of people. Don't lie. Don't go on there lying. I told my mom that shit. I said, ever jumps off like that, don't you dare go on no news talking that shit. Oh, my son never hurt nobody. I don't want to. Nah. Come on now. Be real. Be real, mama. They're all pulling. They're gonna pull all the records and shit. Their son was a fuck up for real. But some people don't see it that way. You know what I mean? I get it. But very rarely, fucking cops just come up and start fucking you up. It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. Does it happen sometimes? Yes. But not every freaking case is racist and this and that and this and that. Stop it, man. Stop it. You got too far away with it, with that shit. And what you do when you act like that, you're empowering the younger generation to do that and interact with fucking PD like that. And that's why they get killed. Because you're not teaching them any better to say, hey, don't act like that. You know? Like my fucking stepdad used to tell me, hey, homie, you get stopped, you put your hands on them fucking wheels. Like, hey, put your hands right here, homie. They see your hands. And if you got to grab anything, you ask, hey, bro, he's keeping me safe. Because again, some fucking cop that could be untrained, scared for his fucking life, has no business having that job. He has the job, and he shoots you because you had a stick of gum on or some shit that he thought was a gun. Ain't worth it, man. I'm gonna lose my life for some dumbass. Why? Because my pride? Oh, I didn't have to do that. I don't gotta comply or die. Yeah, I'm good. I'd just rather live, man. I'd rather just live my life and not worry about it. I don't do illegal shit. Henceforth, that's why I'm working. I had my time. I don't need to do anything illegal to make any kind of money, to advance myself in life or anything like that. And I told everybody here, a lot of my crimes, I'd say 95% of my crimes were all money motivated. My crimes were always money motivated. Drugs, theft, it was always money motivated. It wasn't anything other than that. We used to steal high-end mountain bikes, Cannondales, Treks. These bikes were like in the range of 25, Mavericks, 3,000, some in the upper ranges of $8,000. You know what I mean? We'd go up to Boulder where it's like Yuppieville, where the rich people live, and it's, you know, it's college. It's a college atmosphere. Shit, we was taking their Cannondales left and right, man. Taking those. We'd go up there and get like 4 or 5 bikes a day. Come back next week again, 4 or 5 bikes. Come back. Go twist them. We had a homeboy. We had a Paisa brother that used to pick up all that shit. He would buy everything we had: car stereos, speakers, fucking bikes, rims. He'd fill up a box truck and go back to Mexico with it. That was his hustle. He would buy all that shit from us at like bottom price. You know what I mean? And then I got smart and was like, why am I selling this shit to him at the cheap dirt price? Shit, that's when I started hustling weed. And then most of my boys wanted weed for their shit. They just wanted some weed for their goods. So I would give them the weed, get the goods, and then sit on the goods till I would make the money. You know what I mean? But I was always motivated by money and trying to just get better and you know, I wasn't trying to work back then. I was more interested in just making dough, sitting home, playing video games, smoking for free. That was my goal. I didn't see the whole future, you know what I mean? When I had kids, it still didn't open my eyes. I didn't see the end game to that. It was very selfish. Just a young kid, more worried about his life than the lives he was bringing into the world. I had to do a lot of growing up. That 6 years that I spent incarcerated, that's where a lot of the change happened, a lot of the growth happened. It's hard to grow in there, man, but you can do it. You have the right people around you, man. That's why I said I was lucky to meet my brother Manuel, man, and Manuel could have turned me into a monster. Manuel could have wound me up and set me on people left and right, and I would have did it because I was stupid. But he didn't. He didn't want that. He was like, nah, bro, you're gonna do this. You're going to school. You're gonna get your GED. You're gonna get this print certificate. What are you doing now? It was always about setting goals, and that was something in my life that I had never done. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I don't know if I told the story when I first hit diagnostics at DRDC. So once you're convicted, once you're already convicted, you took your plea bargain, whatnot, you know, DOC usually picks you up within 6 days. 6 days from the time you're sentenced to DOC, they'll pick you up. Well, the Denver County Jail sits right next to diagnostics, sits right next to DRDC, and they'll come pick you up. You go into DRDC, they psychological test. They want to know if you're a killer. You know, they want to know all these things about you. Psychological tests. They want to know if you're crazy. They basically just test you for like 2 weeks, and you sit in there. They classify you. They test you. They look over all your tattoos to see what gang you run with. DOC doesn't separate by gangs. It's not against their policy for you to be a gang member. They don't put you in the hole. They won't segregate you. They treat the behavior, is what they said. They treat the behavior. They don't do what California does. They ain't gonna give you more time for being a gang member. They ain't gonna put you in the hole for being a gang member. So basically what they do is they classify you, but if your behavior is cool, they give you a chance, you know what I mean? But they also put you around other gang members to see how you're gonna function and what you're gonna do, what's gonna happen. So when I was in DRDC, they were doing all these tests, right? And my case manager, he would always say this funky shit to me, right? He would always say these funky lines. He would always snap off the wall with me. I'd get pissed. I'd be like, what? He's still getting smart. Like, fucking punk. But one day I was really asking him, what that file meant. What's all these tests about? What is it? What are these tests out? And I wanted to know, you know what I mean? And you think I'm like 21 years old, 22 years old, so I don't know. I don't know what that's really, you know. My fucking van is loud as shit. I'm sorry. A lot of wind out. I didn't know what they were for. So I would ask him, you know, every time I'd see him walking through the halls, hey, what's that test say? What's that? And then one day I caught him, man, when we were, you go visit with him, you discuss it. And I was like, what's that say, man? What's all that say in that file about me? And he's like, you really want to know what it says? And I said, yeah. And he said, you know what it tells me? And I said, what? He said, it tells me if I have something and you want it, you're going to take it. And I thought about that for a minute, and I was like, man, I kind of felt like a piece of shit, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, really? Like, the way he put it, you know, it made me really think. And then when I was about to leave to my facility, because everyone goes to diagnostics, I guess it's like reception in California, right? Everyone goes to diagnostics, and then they let you know what facility, and they ship you out. You go to Cell House 5, you'll sit there for about 6 days at Cell House 5, which is the old territorial, oldest prison in Colorado. The reason it's called territorial, because when it became a prison, Colorado was still a territory. So this is an old school prison. Went up there, sat at Cell House 5 for a minute, but our last meeting together, I think he had knew that he kind of fucking fucked me up when he said that, right? Because he was like, you know what I meant by that when I told you that, right? That you could take anything you... And what he was basically trying to tell me was, you have the ability to overcome this, basically. That your life is out there and you can get that if you want it. You know what I mean? And that's what he kind of explained to me, like, you can turn this around, bro, that you have the common sense, you have the attributes to do all that. At least what the test shows you, that you're not an idiot. You're somewhat intelligent. You could do this if you want to do this. And that kind of stuck with me, man. Did I fall into all the dumb shit when I got to prison, the gangs and the running with knuckleheads? Yeah, I did. And a lot of old timers warned me, like, hey man, don't click up with knuckleheads. Don't be a fool in here, because it's going to make your time longer. And I didn't listen. They were really trying to kick me some knowledge to be like, hey bro, don't run with knuckleheads. You could get out in like 4 years, bro. Yeah, I didn't listen. Thought I knew it all, right? You're 22, you're invincible. You think you know it all. What's up, salute. You don't, you know what I mean? And as I went on in prison, I seen a lot, you know what I mean? When I got to Beauty, my cousin already had that shit sewed up. My cousin was already pretty much the man on the yard, you know? When I walked into A&O, I had fucking at least 13 to 14 people that were in that chow hall. When you go to A&O, you don't get a function. A&O and Beauty is like, you gotta do what do they call it? Orientation. You gotta do orientation, introduction to the prison, right? So they leave you in A&O. So before you ever get to doing your time or really get to where you're gonna be comfortable, you go to these pre-staging areas. First it's diagnostics, then it's Cell House 5, then it's A&O, because you get to your facility, which is Beauty, which is my facility, but you gotta go through A&O, you know? And the only time you see the other prisoners, you don't get to go to yard with them, you only go to yard with A&O. The only time you see other prisoners is chow hall. And that's if the wing is in the A&O chow hall. So A&O, which is, I believe, called Lower North now in Beauty, they go to chow with South Wing. And then East Wing and fucking North Wing, they'll go to chow together. You gotta sit on opposite. The cops tell you where to sit. You don't sit where you want. So you can't go sit over there with South Wing, because you can't. They don't want you talking to them or interacting with them, passing anything, right? Come in, and right away my cousin's sitting right there at the table as soon as I walk in the door. What's up? Homies left and right, just all in there. You know what I mean? So all that shit about showing your paperwork, if your reputation already precedes you, you ain't gotta show no motherfucking paperwork. At least in Colorado, bro. If your reputation already perceives you, you got a gang of homies on that yard already. They already know who you are. You've already functioned with them on the streets. They damn well know you ain't no rat. It's just not something you didn't have to hoop your paperwork. When you go from facility to facility, you have what's called a green sheet. They give you these green sheets, and what it does is it tells you your charges, tells you what you were convicted for, how much time you got, if you're eligible for good time, how much good time you're eligible for, and how much you've earned. So that's basically what your green sheet is. That's what's there to show what you're there for, you know? Again, there wasn't a digital area back then. You weren't able to get online and check somebody's status like you are now. It's crazy to me, you know, because, and I'm not shitting on California. This is just, to me, is like, California claims to be so gamed up in the penitentiaries, right? And this was back in the 80s, 70s, early 90s. But you see guys out here functioning. For example, let's do what was that Vato's name from 21st Street? It was really Armenian power. G-Face. Let's take G-Face for instance. So in 2024, 23, how is somebody like G-Face able to function as an 18th Street when he was really Armenian power, but was able to go on these platforms and say he's 18th Street, he's this, he's that, he's this, and nobody called him out on it. Nobody pulled his covers until our brother, rest in peace, Rascal did, right? And once Rascal did, then it all came out and it all fell apart, right? So it kind of makes you wonder, did they really have that much game in the 80s and 90s to know who the fuck was who? No, because it wasn't easy to get information on everybody like it is now, right? Now, you do have your little paperwork like I told you about the green sheet. I don't know what they call them in Cali. Obviously, you might have them. But what I'm saying is there's been stories of dudes going to other yards in Cali, taking over the yard, and then they found out the dude was no good to begin with. He was never good. He didn't have that status, but he took over the whole yard. He fooled everybody. It's happened. Maybe everyone not as gamed up. I mean, you want people to believe that. I don't think that's really the truth, to be honest with you. The reason information is so readily available today is because the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act made it that way. You know what? You have a right to all this stuff and documentation now because of that Patriot Act, right? You didn't have that back then. You weren't able just to go pull people's paperwork. You didn't have a click of a mouse, a click of a computer, and boom, hey, oh, there's dude right there. All you really need is somebody's name and a birthday, and you got it. But you had somebody like G-Face that was running all this game, got on Adam 16, he was on the No Humper, and he was on No Humper with the rest of them, and telling his bullshit story. It's clown shit, dude. It's clown shit. And he actually had shit going on, right? Bozo from the kid was saying, hey, this ain't that dude. He's not that dude. Nobody believed him. So to me, it's like, how could somebody walk around California, function in LA, talk all this shit, and still be the piece of shit like that, bro? He's a fucking fed. He was a fed. Kind of makes you wonder, right? So you really got to be careful who you fuck with on this thing. I think Flames going after Dubs, I think that's a waste of time. We've already been through the Dub thing. Everybody knows who Dubs is. You're not covering anything new, bro. Same thing with Exposed To. I'm not against Exposed To. Do your thing. You want to make fun of those dudes all day long? Go ahead. This shit has already been done. Oh, well, nobody's going on them live all the time. Bro, dudes are going to follow them no matter what. They ain't gonna fight you. And then, I don't know, bro, you're kind of suspect too, dog. You don't show your face, you got a voice changer. How could I believe anything like that? Or who the fuck knows who you are? my point is, you can't sit out here and point fingers at people, and you can't even prove that on yourself. That's my thing. Why change your voice? Why hide your face? I don't get it. That's not solid, bro. There's nothing solid about that. People could hate me for what the fuck you want to hate. Go ahead. That's the truth, bro. Oh, I want to fight Doug. He ain't gonna fight you. He ain't fought nobody. Do you fuck with their money a little bit? Yeah, it is. It's fucking with their a little bit. YouTube's landscape has changed. If you guys ain't noticed, the views ain't coming like they once were. The algorithm has changed up a little bit. So everybody's struggling for views right now. Everybody, even the top channels, are struggling. Henceforth, that's why Adam 16 started the shit with black and brown. So you got to think about when all this happens and all this drama happens. It gets started because everybody gets involved in it. Everybody eats it up. Like, oh yeah. They eat it up. Everyone loves the drama. But my thing is, ain't nothing ever been nothing none new. It ain't new. There's nothing new you're doing, bro. Dude with the voice changer and no face. Shit, Triple OG was doing that fucking 5 years ago, bro. 5 years ago. Getting on Gunner's neck. It ain't nothing new, bro. There's nothing new. It's the same shit. And those are people that have been on YouTube long enough know it. And it's funny that everybody that goes at each other, they were all friends one time. Like, I see the video with Beanlo talking about he don't fuck with people because they rats, and they associate with rats. Okay, I got a fucking video with you on a panel full of rats, bro. They weren't rats then, they're rats today. Fucking make it make sense, bro. And I'm not even talking shit about Bean. I'm just saying, you sideways, homie. You say one thing, you mean another. It's fucking stupid. Oh, they rats. Bro, didn't you stay at an Airbnb full of rats? Wasn't that you? Cooking steaks? Breaking bread? I could have swore I seen a video with you at an Airbnb eating steaks and congregating with rats. You can't erase the shit that's been done. There's videos of you. There's footage of you chilling. How come they wasn't rats then? Rojo told the story. Hey, I said something. Instead of pleading the fifth, he nodded. He nodded when the DA asked him something. He nodded. So that implicated his boys. Henceforth, he got in trouble. Okay. Whatever it makes, whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better, bro. Just know that people are sideways on here. They're gonna come out here. They're gonna tell you they're all good, but there's videos of them with rats, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Make it make sense, bro. You know what's crazy is Bean used to be cool with Mikey. Mikey and Bean used to be like this. They was tight. They was homies. And now Bean don't like him. He said because he associates with rats and he put on a fight with the rat. Bro, you chilled with Boxer. You used to be on Boxer's Lives. Come on, bro. Make it make sense, homie. He wasn't a rat then? Okay. The reason you don't fuck with Mikey is because Mikey fucks with me, bro. And I don't really care, dude. That's not nothing. I could say, oh, well, Mikey's his friend, so I don't like him. I would have rather fought you than Boxer. Remember, the first one I called out was you. But people talk all this shit. Nobody's gonna pull up, bro. Nobody's gonna fight. Just like me, I couldn't wait for Mikey to get me a fight, so I had to go get on a circuit out here. I had to pro-am up and become a pro-am just so I could fight again. Not many people want to get on this thing and get embarrassed, bro. Real talk. Not many people want to get on here and throw hands. A lot of people talk shit. Very few people will pull up. Very few people will handle business. Just letting everybody know the fucking hypocrisy of all this bullshit. It's very hypocritical. And that's everybody. That's everybody. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I try to just stay in my own little lane. I'm not really gonna do videos to go in on people and talk shit. It's all good, man. See a lot of mental health on YouTube. There's a lot of mental health going on. Little Toro, little big Toro. 1 minute he's a northerner, next minute he's a south sider. He's crazy. Now he's a Jehovah's Witness. I mean, just 2 days ago, a week ago, he said Zeus was his dad. I don't know, make it make sense, man. And people sit there and cheer if this dude gets thousands of views. I don't know if it's for cat now. People are like, they'll be in the comments, we rocking with you, Toro. What? Someone was in my comments saying Toro wanted to fight me. No, we don't. No, we don't. I wouldn't even fight Toro, and I'm gonna tell you why. He has charges. There's actually paperwork that he took advantage of a 14-year-old girl at the age of 21. So yeah, I don't fuck with that. That's I'm good. As much as I want to punch you in the face, I ain't gonna try to make no bread with you and do it in a righteous. You know what I mean? Why would I give you an opportunity to make some bread with me? Wouldn't even make sense, bro. I can't. That's one thing I can't do. But nah, I'm good. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. This YouTube stuff is changing all the time. Everything's changing all the time. It's 1 minute, it's one day, it's 1 minute this way, 1 minute that way. I try to keep it as real as I can, man. That's all I can do. Not everyone gonna fuck with me. Not everyone gonna like me. I get it. I'm just some mountain boy from Colorado. Just up here in the mountains. We ain't doing nothing special, nothing extra. Living life, trying to be adults. Trying to make sense of the bullshit we did when we was kids and shit, just grow from it, man. If you still walking around here banging and doing all this dumb shit in your 30s, in your mid 30s, I'll say in your mid 30s, and you still haven't learned, and you still think this shit's cool, something wrong. Something wrong. Ain't nothing cool about all that shit. Nothing. Grow up, man. Do better for yourself. Do better for your gente raza. Everyone talks about raza. Really, people don't really know. I'm gonna start doing some videos, man, because I came across some cool cultural videos for Colorado, and y'all don't really know, man. We was on the forefronts. We was on the front lines when all that stuff was happening for the cultura. You know what I mean? And Chicano culture is deep here in Colorado. It's rooted. So I want to share with you guys what happened at West High School. All this stuff, man, and some of the laws that have been put in place, how they redlined some of the neighborhoods, that way banks couldn't loan you money to get houses in certain neighborhoods, that they really wanted us to live like it. You know, that's the stuff that we should be talking about, you know. They wanted to make sure the Mexicans were with the Mexicans, the blacks were with the blacks, so they had a lot of red lines. They built these neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And we wasn't allowed to live anywhere else. We couldn't get loans from the banks to live in a nicer neighborhood. We had to live in the neighborhood they wanted us to live in. They would only loan us money if we wanted to live in this neighborhood. And then eventually the Weddles realized, hey, well, this neighborhood's not so bad. Let's take it from them. You know, they're up here shooting everybody up and lowering the residential prices. You know. All the gang violence in our neighborhoods, man, that's what caused gentrification, man. All the gang violence and the dope that we sold and the madness that we did. That's why the north side's so gentrified. That's why North Denver's so gentrified where I grew up. You go through the north side now, you see people walking dogs, white people just chilling. It was never like that. You know what I mean? Them fools would have been scared to be in that neighborhood at certain times. Now it's different. It doesn't even resemble the neighborhood that I lived in. You know what I mean? It's very, they changed it. They changed the cultural aspect of the whole thing. And it didn't turn out very good, you know? It just seems like now the city of Denver, where all the community used to hang out and all the culture was, it just seems very stale. There's no soul anymore in these neighborhoods. And the stuff that we have in certain neighborhoods, like the north side, west side, you gotta hold on to that stuff, man. You gotta hold on to that stuff, like La Raza Park. We just got La Raza Park renamed to La Raza Park. It was known as Columbus Park at one time, you know? And I'll have to go do a story over there and show you the pyramids, man. We got the Aztec pyramid built right there. You know, there's a wild gut bird. You know, people want to identify the wild gut bird as northerners, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what they used. They took that bird and used it for destruction. That's not what that bird stands for, you know what I mean? I was watching a story how Corky Gonzalez had talked to Chavez and was authorized to use the wild gut bird as part of their, you know, the movement. You know? There was a lot of violence here in Colorado with the front lines of the Chicanismo, man. The Chicanismo movement. Boulder, Colorado was one of the, you know, that's where the CU Boulder School, CU's at, you know, Colorado University is up in Boulder. Talking about one of the widest places in all America, you know, most Anglo place, richest places in all America. I believe the Chicanos took over because of school and not being mistreated in the college. They took over and occupied a whole building for over like 17 days. And then eventually, I want to say 6 students were killed in a car bombing because of that very same thing. You know, they car bombed them. They went out to their car to leave and go home, and the car exploded. They died, man. They died for what they believed in, you know, the movement. So even that, man, we got to come to a place where, you know what, nobody's the gatekeeper of Chicanismo. Let me just tell you that. Nobody's the gatekeeper of Chicanismo. Nobody can say who's welcome and who's not freaking welcome and why you're not Chicano and why he's Chicano. If you were raised Chicano, you're Chicano. If you're I was raised Chicano. Am I half white? Yeah, I'm half white. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I ain't Chicano. I'm Chicano. It is what it is. You know, my boys, my patrons, my ex-bosses, my friend Manuel and John, these dudes started the Chicano Pride Ride, man. This is something that's gonna go down in history, you know what I mean? So in 20, 30 years from now, they'll be talking about that Chicano Pride Ride and how these young men, these entrepreneurs seen a writing on the wall and brought out this, did this bike ride, organized this bike ride and made money all in the name of Chicanismo, and didn't just make money for themselves to profit them. The money goes to Latino educational, you know what I mean? So these guys have given over, shit, I can't even say, it has to be in the millions of dollars by now, because they're already in their 14th or 15th year. They've had to give at least $1 million in the name of Chicanismo for Latin students to go to college and stuff. Fucking dope, dude. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit you should be proud of. Not being so-and-so on the yard and you walk the main line alone and the other shit. Nah, bro. The shit to be proud of is the shit that goes down in the history books, man. You help change the aspect of somebody's life. You help change the outlook of stuff. You etched your name in history. That's dope. That's dope to me. That's dope. To watch people do stuff like that. You know what I mean? That excites me. Let's see what this dude says. But right now, we're too busy arguing what a Chicano is and what a Chicano ain't. Well, while we're arguing that, how do we get anything done? How do we do anything to put the movement and thrust it forward? Because our forefathers, they all did the right things. They've already set a lot of stuff in stone. What have we done? So I look back, man, I seen some of these kids, they were in high school doing this. They were in high school fighting for this. What I was doing in high school, we was shooting each other. We was trying to kill each other. There was no unity. Ain't nothing to be proud of, man. Killed your brother with malice in your heart, man. Somebody that looked like you. Somebody that had a mom like your mom. How similar. That's insane. Why? Because what? Geography? Because of what neighborhood they lived in? Because the geography of where they lived? Sounds stupid when you look at it like that, right? Fucking dumb. I think we got to get past that, man. We got to get past that. You know? We got to get past that to where we can, you know, better ourselves and you know, can't be going black and brown at each other and stuff like this. This internet, man, it's a killer. I'm telling you. Used to divide us even more than what we've already been. Or we could use it to unite us. So we could change the aspect of our future and our cultura. What's wrong with that? Some of these men don't have the foresight or the you know what I mean? To do that. You know? Crazy to me. Plain and simple. Crazy. I don't speak Spanish either, man, and I took a lot of shit for that. That's my fault. That's my fault. You know? But you gotta understand, a lot of families, man, back in the day, in the mid 1900s, they didn't want their kids speaking Spanish because they didn't want them discriminated against. So henceforth, they didn't teach them it because they were already being discriminated. I just spoke to you about the redlining of neighborhoods, where the banks took neighborhoods and redlined them, where they would loan. That's crazy. The banks had the fucking ability to know what neighborhoods they wanted to build. And when the Aurora campus was built, you had a lot of West Denver West Siders that lived there, all Chicanos and Mexicanos that lived in that area. They were all uprooted out of there to build that college. And that's where the Lincoln Projects came in. A lot of them were thrusted into the Lincoln Projects, and yeah, that's where a lot of that stuff happened. That's where that poverty happened. They decided that nice neighborhood you were living in, that you lived in your whole life. Hey, we want to build a school here, so we're gonna take your land in the name of education. But guess what? We got this city housing for you, and we're gonna let you go chill in there in these projects. That's crazy. What's up? It's my boy Timmy, my boy. I'm trying to read, bro. I'm on a highway. I don't want to wreck. Just crazy to me, man. We can scope this future, but to do so, we gotta be together. We gotta have some fucking unity. Gotta have some unity, man. Can't be going at each other because how we look. And, oh, you're a northerner, you're a southerner, and you're this or that. Well, I got labeled as that shit. I was labeled as a norteño. You know that? That a lot of the shit I got into in prison because of the sureños, they recognize North Denver, Northsiders as norteños. I never had a problem with sureños. I'll be honest with you, I never did. They always had a problem with me. Why? Because of the geography that I lived in. And the way I seen it, like if it's fuck mine, it's fuck yours. You're not going to disrespect mine. So I'm from the north side of Denver. I don't know nothing about 13, 14, 12, 11, 10. I used to watch the electric company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, it didn't even go up to 13, dog. 14. Got the game fucked up, bro. Electric company, homie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Remember that shit? Who remembers Electric Company? Used to watch that shit all the time on PBS. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? I don't know anything about that. I never pretended to be part of that. Never rocked a Mongolian. Never played my little Toro side. Never did all that, bro. I was happy with being who I was. I was from North Denver. I was north side from North Denver. Was I Norteño? No. I was a north side criminal. And we banged with more north siders than anybody. I fought with other north siders more than I fought with west siders, south siders, or east siders. And that is facts. I banged with more north siders than I did any other side. So when I went to prison, I didn't exactly just rock with north siders. Let me tell you. A lot of the NSMs and me didn't get along. We had a lot of beef on the streets. We had a lot of beef on the streets. So I didn't fuck with them. Some of them were cool. Some of them I was cool with. There was a few that I went to school with that we were cool. But a lot of them I didn't funks with. For that very reason. Some of them vatos pulled straps on me. Some of those vatos tried to rob me. I didn't fuck with a lot of them, to be honest with you. You know, it was funny though. A lot of them used to run to me after they'd get their head or their neck stepped on by the Sioux. As soon as the Sioux started applying pressure, I was their best homie. What's up, Cara? They're trying to fuck with me. Do something about it, homie. What you crying to me for? What you crying to me for? I had to do what I had to do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Why do you get a pass? So, it's just lame, bro. To me, it's lame. I don't know. And I think even still some of the Colorado Sioux, they still look at me like that. You know what I mean? That's cool. I don't got nothing against you, vatos. I have told some stories. Those stories are all true. I don't have nothing against any of you vatos. I never hated the 13. I never hated the Sioux. I never hated Southern United Raza. I never did. It was never my thing. I didn't know nothing about it. How could you hate something you don't know shit about? No. What I didn't appreciate was them trying to press me because of where I lived. You know what I mean? So that's where the disrespect and the animosity came in with that. You know, the disrespect and the animosity came in with, you know, on that side. Not for me. I even had one of the Sureños back my play one time, bro, when I got into it with one of the brothers over the phone. These fools were gonna jump me, man. And salute to KC, man. Salute KC wherever KC is. Simone KC. Right on, my brother. He backed my play, man. He didn't have to. So it kind of like, I had a respect for that. You know what I mean? Like, man, I had to respect that. The brother gave me love and, you know, he backed my play and he was there. You know, I could have got packed out by a couple of the brothers, you know what I mean? I could have got packed out, but he was down. He was right there. When I was going to get down, he stood right there and nothing really happened because, you know, they didn't have the odds no more. But just treat people how people treat you, man. That's the best advice I could give. Treat people how people treat you. Try to be respectful of others, man. Try to be the light. Too much shit in this world to be just bitter, you know. Whatever helps you be a better person, man, I support it. You know what I mean? I support it. If YouTube's gonna help you be a better man or whatever, TikTok or any of that stuff, yeah, man, use it for the right reason, man. Don't be using it to come on here and bash people and their families. And people have too much fun with this shit. I don't know. I have to think about what those people's lives are really about. You know what I mean? It's all good. I gotta go chilling. I gotta go to the bathroom, man. Been driving for 3.5 hours. I gotta go drive another 3.5 hours. It's all good. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Take the load off and go get me something to eat. Let's see. Look at the comments. Let me look at these comments. It says, yeah, right, Jordan. You don't leave no legacy behind. That's a fact, bro. For real. Right on, my bro. Salute to Big Timmy, man. I can speak total. A good book for you to read is The Ultimate Betrayal. That's a real controversial book, though. It's hard to come by. I'll have to check that out, bro. Luis Martinez, I appreciate it. Thanks for tapping in, brother. Hell yeah, bro. Prison is for the birds, absolutely. Yep, 6 students lost. Simon, see, Luis knows the history. Guys all don't know about Corky Gonzalez, man. Corky was a bad motherfucker. You know what's crazy is Corky was a boxer. Corky was a pretty good boxer. His great-grandson boxes at House of Pain, real talk. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to go sit down with the escuela, man. I used to go to the escuela at Nita Gonzalez used to run it. It was over on 41st and Teal. I owe that woman an apology. Real talk. That woman tried to pour into some of us. And we were all gangsters, you know what I mean? We're all thugs, we're all gangsters, and man, I owe that woman an apology because she really cared about teaching us about, you know, Chicanismo and stuff. We used to have mecha class. She taught us about our history, you know what I mean? And I was just too dumb to listen or learn. I apologize, man. Good family. Prison channels that speak on politics, open cases, and gave up game on how to make stingers, portable batteries, cell phones, chargers, tattoo guns, telling people how they. Yeah, for sure, brother, for sure. I've never spoke on any case that's open. Any case I've ever spoke on has been closed, and I've still had families jump on my neck for that, bro. On the GKI one, all that stuff's public information, bro. This is all stuff that I got from the news and newspapers and other clippings and stuff like that. No disrespect to them, man. You know, I understand your family's coming up for reconsideration, and maybe you can get back in the courts. Do I think my video is going to have an outplay on that? I doubt it. You know, that stuff's all set in documents. You know what I mean? It's already in case with files and shit. So ain't nothing I say on YouTube is going to change the DA's mind, the judge's mind, or anyone else's mind at that fact. I like Ryder G, bro. Ryder G's the homie, bro. I can't hate on Ryder. Hey, bro, salute to that. That kid's got, you know what, bro? I'll say one thing about that kid. That kid's got moxie, and he doesn't get his feelings hurt. I've seen people go at that young man day after day after day after day, talking shit that he's on the spectrum. That kid's a good kid. He's got a good heart. Salute to Ryder G, bro. He's got, hey, bro, anyone that's lived in a fucking trailer, bro, and pushed to get better and got him into a house or an apartment with him and his old lady, salute to that kid, man. Respects. And he ain't talking all that bullshit. He does his workouts, bro. He's trying to inspire. You know? How do you hate on that? I don't care if he paroled from a camp. He's always been cool to me. Every time I get in his chat, he's always sends me shout-outs, love. I can't hate on that kid, man. I can't. He might whoop some people's asses. That motherfucker works out a gang, too. Don't be surprised if Ryder G got that strength on him, homeboy. He got that strength. Nah, salute to Ryder G, man. That's the homie. I ain't gonna speak no bad on him, bro. I like that kid. Real talk. Mile High Hustle. Conrad, I ain't the Mile High Hustle's name of the channel. I don't want to get shit twisted. Conrad respects Ryder G, bro. Real talk. What up, Jeremy? How you doing? Jeremy Valdez, salute, brother. Thank you for tapping in, homie. Josh Mason, that's my brother. Kill him. See? There you go right there. Kill him with kindness. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it, homie. Yes. Works his ass off. Fuck yeah, he does. Yeah, bro. How do you not? I dig that kid. I dig that he's got thick skin. He don't let nobody fuck with him. People talk shit and he don't get all butthurt and block people, and he's smart, dude. The kid's smarter than you think. You guys, you ever heard of that what do they say, country dumb? I'm gonna play country dumb while I'm getting dough. It's all good, man. I'm gonna get out of here real quick, man. I'm gonna go give me a little something to eat, go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna be back on the road. I might go back live because I'm gonna be heading back that same way. Got another 3-4 hour trip, but we working today, man. You guys have a blessed day. I hope you all have a good day and enjoy some football. Broncos 10-2. We win and we in, man. We're gonna smash on these Packers. I'm out.